welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Sure did. Episode 12, we were saying?
I thought you said, 12. Yeah.
12, yeah.
Season 6?
Yes.
Episode 12.
Yes.
And they're off to Greece next week.
So I was just say so soon. It just feels like there wasn't any build up. There wasn't any, like Angie saying, I sure need to go to Greece.
There should have been something at the end of this one of, now that we've thrown all the tea in the harbor, I should invite you all to go to Greece. Like two things that are never connected somehow end up being
that's going to be like a flashback at the beginning of the next episode where, so guys, I thought, now that we're done with,
That's how it'll be.
Mm-hmm.
If you are just joining us and finding us for the first time, thank you for finding us. We are two husbands. We watch The Housewives together and we talk about them. So please like us, subscribe us, find us on social media. Apparently we've been posting to Twitter or X or whatever you call it. I didn't realize we were doing that.
I didn't
so
either.
We're at Husbands Watching there, just like we are on TikTok. And then all else fails, just tell your friends about us. You like the podcast, please tell other people you like the podcast because, apparently that's how people find out about podcasts.
Word of mouth. It's true. Someone's like, oh, I listen to this great podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the best podcast we've ever had, but, it'll be pretty good.
This particular episode?
Yeah, exactly. This particular episode. I mean, I feel like this episode was pretty fillery until the end. They kind of hit on
even like
beats.
The end, I feel like there have been so many great epic fights, and this wasn't necessarily one of them.
Right.
But it definitely hit hard, and we'll get to it.
Yeah. I'm drinking some of your water. I realized I had a little frog in my throat.
Yeah. So I filled it up before I came.
I should have drank all of it. I should have just guzzled it all right now.
I'm so pissed if you did that.
Yeah.
So pissed.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
But I didn't. That's why. I don't want you upset with me. Before we get into the show, I suppose, we went back to work this week. We've had 2 days under our belt now.
Oh, it's only one day.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, so
yeah, mister, I work from home.
Yes, it really throws me. Yes,
Yeah.
2 days of work. It was very busy yesterday. Not crazy today, which is nice, but yeah.
Yeah, I just, I'm happy. 2 days down is good. It means tomorrow's get over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have holiday party on Friday. That'll be fun.
My office holiday party.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just, happy that the week after Thanksgiving isn't a complete shit show for work. So knock wood that tomorrow continues to be rather methodically planned at my job because I just am tired of random stuff. I had one of those days today. I don't think I completely explained it to you that like something happened. Someone came to me with like a problem that happens regularly in my job, but it was one of those things where you just want to feel so put upon, like, oh, why are you telling me about this? And it's like, oh, right, because it's my job. But it's like just one of those things where it's like, why of all days does it have to be today that you throw this shit at me?
It's something, someone like, I just had this thought. I'm like, why'd you have it today? You could have had it like, a couple of weeks ago. Like, what made today the day you woke up to choose violence?
Right. And so I'm like, fine, I guess I got to do my job today instead of, tidying up neat little loose ends that I had going on before. But that was just, that's, I try to keep things in mind that if that's the worst that's happening in my job, then that's a pretty good day at work.
Yeah, I was just super tired because I woke up at 3 something this morning, not by choice. It just like woke up and then like your mind starts to like go in and you're thinking about things like work or like other stuff, and it's like, ugh. So I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Well, we better crank out this podcast before
I'm
falling asleep on me.
Away, like what? Boston Tea Party? What?
So it starts off with
Bronwyn at the airport.
Right. And another inflatable outfit.
Yeah, she's a sloth.
Yeah.
No talk of definitely Todd's like moratorium on talking about our relationship. Let's talk about your dumb friends, basically, is when he was
I like that when she told him about the idea for the Spill the Boston Tea Party, he had a little chuckle because you can tell that man loves a pun.
Yes.
I think
he's of the age.
That makes it so we love a good play on words.
You do.
So I really wanted to call this episode testing 1-2-P, but you're like, no.
Well, if someone had actually like were like, I'll go to the bathroom and pee. Yes,
that's true.
But nobody peed.
That's true. Whitney offered, but
she's like, "Oh, I got my skirt."
But we will get to that later.
Yeah, her whole idea was like one, celebrating her American citizenship or attempting to get said citizenship, and then also to gather them to talk about their friendships, and it was she really stretched that theme.
Yes.
Like it was taffy, and it was a lot of words.
I'm glad when they got there and after like having it explained to us in so many different ways and like, okay, you really, I do like that Heather was like, I'd like a theme, which clearly the Salt Lake do. But like Heather was like, do you not remember I win the best Housewives game ever where let's read texts about each other?
And then that was much better and clearer. Like Bronwyn was just like a word salad.
Because I think she was going too much for the theme.
Right.
She wanted everyone dressed up. I think she needed to prepare them for it ahead of time. Like she could have actually, this is where a good Karen Huger invitation would have helped.
Yes.
Like had someone shown up like dressed as an old like revolutionary,
that'd be
person
great,
and invited them, and maybe they opened it up and like tea flew out and like some butterfly, who knows?
Scroll.
Yeah, I think that could have helped prepare things, and then everyone could have shown up ready to play the games. So
they were all very confused because again, it was so many words, but again, we'll get to it. Basically, it was a lot of like family stuff. So it was like Bronwyn and Todd, and then later we have
Bronwyn and Muzzy, where
to counterbalance the homophobia and transphobia on Bravo, we have Bronwyn who's celebrating the community and wants to help support them in that at the time recent ban on the rainbow flag in Utah, correct?
Yeah,
and she and Muzzy are gathering together to get flags and mail them to non-government buildings, and I was like, good for you, Bronwyn, because she is a true ally.
Yep.
She didn't have to, have a drag queen at her house to show it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm a little confused as to when Muzzy got suddenly nice. Like, I thought the whole angle of this season is that Muzzy's hard-nosed and, like, she's a very particular woman who wants things a certain way. And
I think someone told Muzzy, you're going to get a bad edit unless you rein this in. And she said, okay, I'm proud of you. You are a good mother. Yeah. I think she believes it. Bronwyn has done a great job raising her daughter on her own for most of her life. And I think Muzzy realizes that, and that, she, like her mother before her, wasn't very warm and fuzzy or supportive. And so I think, she might have these moments of, like, you're doing a great job, but I'm sure a backhanded compliment will come down the line.
Well, and see, that's what I was expecting more of, because the first time we see Muzzy, she's saying, I really didn't agree with how you did things, and
you screwed your life and you screwed us.
And you embarrassed us. And this one, she's like, oh, well, now that I'm 60, I don't get embarrassed easily. And it's like, and I'm like, oh, okay.
But you still do.
Yeah.
I think it's more so, you did a great job with Gwen, and she loves Gwen so much. And I think maybe she thought about it and thought, like, I sounded really harsh by saying you effed up your life by having Gwen, one of the things that I value in you or for you, whatever.
Right.
So I think she maybe there was some other conversations, and also don't be the bad mother story.
Yeah, that's good. She did give her a backhand compliment.
The spreadsheet.
Well, no, I thought that's just fact. But no, when she said something about, I can't wait to be 60 so I cannot care, or 80 so I cannot care. And she's like, oh, what really happened when I was about 60? And you're almost there.
Yeah.
It's like, didn't Bronwyn just turn 40?
40, yeah.
So I'm just like, that's not already there. Unless Bronwyn's lying about her age.
No,
the same way Heather did that one season. I don't even tell.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
How did you find my birthday? I don't even tell the producers that.
She was like legit mad. Like, what? No.
Yeah.
It was like in a confessional. She's like, no, don't do like. She was, yeah.
I love it when I pull little nuggets out that you forgot about from season to season.
I mean, there's so many seasons and so many Housewives. I can only hold so much in here before it seeps out.
So then it was Justin and Whitney.
That was a rough scene.
A little awkward start, as though they didn't know they were going to come out and, have this conversation.
I think it was, I don't think he knew where it was going to go. I think it was like, let's go out and have a conversation about what's going on with us. And he was really caught off guard by her being so silent. And then she launches into the whole, I couldn't quite understand all of it, but it seemed as if that he was the cause of their downfall by wanting to take them in a direction they weren't prepared for. Is that
That's what it sounded like. So it seemed as though she was trying. I like that she put in there that, I was trying to get us away from MLMs. I was trying to make it so we weren't so MLM-y, because all that controversy in the past of her being the head of MLM for her company. So she's saying, I was trying to steer us away from that, but then you brought this opportunity, and like the one time that you truly felt we could do something with our companies together this is the direction you took it. So I felt I had to take it that direction because otherwise you didn't want to be involved. So I think she's saying she kind of felt pressured into taking it into an MLM direction again because Justin wanted to do it, and that's the way he wanted to be involved.
Well, I thought it was
which I think was a bit of a cop-out, but still
it was
legit.
More so like she met with Sephora, like they were headed towards let's be in big retail stores, but they didn't have the ability to do so. And he impressed her by like, look, we can be $1 billion.
Oh, no. What I got was that she had just met with them and like started stoking some irons in the fire. And then he brought this other opportunity that seemed so much bigger than what she had going. Mm-hmm. And he was really jazzed and excited about it. And so that's why she went that direction.
With his enthusiasm, she went with that direction, and it ended up screwing them.
Right.
And now she's trying to get out of that.
Yes, it sounds like she and it sounds like she could get her Wild Rose stuff back if she had the right like legal finagling to do. I don't know.
Really?
But it seems on one hand a very convenient way for her to address the multi-level marketing, and then also to kind of blame it on Justin. But
I'm surprised she even like mentioned MLM because that seems to be such a dirty word.
Right. And so I thought there might be a little bit more, or maybe they're just putting out enough of a thread there that if we were to look into it, maybe it's not the worst MLM scheme. Maybe it was just kind of adjacent to, or maybe they were getting into bed with a company that tended to sell their stuff through multi-level marketing. So it wasn't necessarily their multi-level marketing scam. It would have been someone else's by way of them. But either way, I mean, it sucks that, whatever they were doing went left, and that she's kind of losing what success she did have because she kind of had to fold that into whatever company was formed to make this scheme happen.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed that she's, on the level and that's all progressing further. I'd hate to find out she has, 40 credit cards and...
Well, who would love to hear that would be Lisa Barlow, and she'd bring it up the reunion, which they're filming on Thursday.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was, interesting scene. But, all in all, I don't really find it very exciting, the whole...
It was a tough conversation because they're normally so the fact that she was saying this has really hurt their marriage, and it just sucks. Yeah. They seem like a really loving couple, and
there was one time when she started talking to him that she actually was choked up, and I think that was definitely natural, like honest and natural. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think like this stuff like this, just even just talking about the failing of the business, she could have just been like, oh, we're going in a new direction, and like completely not focused on that and denied and buried it like a lot of people would, a lot of housewives. So to be so honest, and then also, yes, throw him under the bus, but just, and then talk about how it's hurt their marriage. And, it was very, when Whitney says that she's honest to a fault, I think that she can be, and it's good because it's real and this is your life and what's actually going on. And that's what you should be showing, because a lot of them don't do that.
Right.
So
Heather was showing her real life by doing what did she call it? Her
bed party.
A bed party. I mean, I have a different definition for bed party, but
it's like a really big thing. And I'm sure there was like, if you like search bed party in TikTok, they have like a bajillion, videos.
I'm sure one day if we have kids and we send them off to college, we'll have, let's do a bed party.
I don't know if I would. Not in the bed. Like, you got to make their bed or tell them to make their bed. No surprise. Here's some swag
from
your school. I feel like Teresa's daughters have done it a lot.
Oh, I think that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a daughter thing, too.
I think a mother-daughter situation, I don't see, like, Juicy Joe. Like, even though, she can't come back to the country, so we can.
Right. But I wouldn't even see, and I don't know why I originally go to it. I don't see, like, I immediately thought Robin from Potomac. Not that she's on the show anymore.
Right.
I don't even see Robin doing this for her sons.
No.
Like, I don't think that'd be something
It'd be some sort of party.
Right.
But not in the bed.
But also, because, the thing is, it seemed like it's basically they're having a graduation party. Clearly, her daughter's graduating class of 2025 from high school and going off to Tampa. So it seems to me that the most of that would just be as a graduation party. But I guess if you want an excuse to buy an obnoxious amount of school merch for the school your kid's going to, this is a good reason to do it.
Right.
So
it was an obnoxious amount of merch. I thought was more interesting is that it's great that she's like put, now $3 through college. I thought it was interesting how she said, she really raised them on her own, even when she was with Will, her ex-husband. And it just makes me, I know, because I read her book and she talked about, the traditional roles, and you were mentioning that too. But it's just so, what did he do? Like, I really feel we haven't really scratched, I brought this up before, I'm sure. There's so much more to that marriage. And I'm just very curious about it because she doesn't really get deep into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the issues is that, you and I and our friends that we know that are married with children, they have both been very participatory in their kids' lives.
Yeah.
Husband and wife both, mother and father both. So I think it's kind of foreign thing for us to imagine some of our friends or people that would be in our lives being so hands-off with their kids. Like, oh, whatever, I'm going to work every day and she raises the kids. I just couldn't even imagine that. Or, was one of these housewife shows where someone was, oh, he never changed a diaper once.
Joe Gorga.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, wife swap. And it's like the idea of a father being so, like, I'm the provider and you're the caretaker, that sort of thing, is so foreign to me.
It's so foreign.
But I think for a lot of people, especially religious people, that can be kind of how the role is defined. And I wish I knew more about my former Mormon upbringing to know that. But I mean, I remember my mom saying a lot of stuff about that was just kind of what was poised with the Mormon church, is that as the husband you provided, and then as the wife you
took care of the home. Yeah.
So and that was very much driven in, especially in the 60s and 70s when she was in the church. So anyway,
I also I'm not putting this on her ex, but like I hate the term. The book I'm reading mentioned this as well, that the main character says that she hates the term when men say they're babysitting their kids.
Oh, yeah.
That is the worst.
Right.
The worst as a parent, as a dad. Like, oh, I got to babysit the kids. No, you're just taking care of the kids because they're your kids.
Right. Then babysitters get paid like a decent wage to watch your children, so you don't have to panic while you're out at the movies.
And they change diapers.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, just so weird. But I mean, I can imagine, it's one thing, like if you were to think about, if to take Beverly Hills and how Sutton and her, situation with her ex and everything, I can imagine if he was this big time, wheeler dealer kind of business magnate, and he might be too busy to be doing that sort of stuff. And he really is out there, too busy to raise the children. I get that impression with Sutton and her ex.
It's either you have a hands-on mom who takes care of the entire house and does all those things, or you're so rich that you have people take care of those things. And so in both cases, you can't see the man doing any of those domestic type
I just
things.
but what I can't imagine is that in this modern day and age, so her kids are, graduating now. So let's say 20 years ago, 2005.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, the equivalent of Ward Cleaver coming home. Like Will would come home, light a pipe and, sit in his den and read while she's doing the rest of everything with the kids, like helping them with their homework. It just seems like a really weird kind of thing that would still be happening.
Like, what is he doing while she is like bathing these three kids?
Right.
Yeah.
Is he just watching football? Like, I mean, I guess it happens, but it's such a weird thing for
church meetings.
Yeah. It's such a foreign thing for me to... that's true, too. If he was involved in the church, it could very well be. I mean, he's Mormon royalty.
Oh, that's true.
Apparently, I'm doing a lot of jazz hands today. Mormon royalty.
Mormon royal.
Raw.
I'm Lord.
Raw. So, So I guess that was interesting enough, I suppose. But, what is Heather going to do when the kids are no longer a topic? She'll have plenty, I suppose.
I think she's going to start dating.
That's what we're going to see.
I would like to see her date.
Do you think we'll see some of that in the second half of this season, or we're gonna have to wait till
next season? Yeah, I don't think she really picks and chooses, and it's very, as the narrator, she's like, I can narrate everyone else's life, but mine, that's not focus on.
Got it.
Yeah.
So then I believe that brings us to the party.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really going on with anyone else.
Right.
I loved that Angie was dressed as Betsy Ross.
That was so cute.
I'd be worried about actually carrying a flag around with me like that because, I'm not the most strict patriot, but the idea of like, whoops, accidentally dropping the flag or letting it drag on the ground, that would bother me a little bit.
Also, I snorted.
Yeah, hey, what was that about?
Heavy sniff. It was also an accurate flag for the time.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I enjoyed that as well. So, and then I think there were people, I really do want to know what Bronwyn said in the invitation or in the text she sent, because some people were like, it's Hamilton and da-da-da. And though that's when it was, Heather was like, oh, I love a theme. And then I show Lisa and Meredith just like not even
like,
trying.
what the F was Meredith wearing? Like, was it a onesie? Was it shorts?
I mean,
it had like ruffles, so she's like, well, that's like the American Revolution. It's
right.
not ruffles.
At least give her that. Lisa just showed up wearing whatever.
That's what she did too at the zombie party. She's like, oh, I didn't want to put that on me. I'm just gonna.
I mean, Mary showed up with her own damn wig.
Oh, and that was so cute. She's like, I brought my own. So cute. And like, meanwhile, Lisa just can't be bothered.
No, cannot. So there's a lot going on at this. I don't even know where to start.
It's Bronwyn's word salad of like, I'm gathering you together so we can spill the tea on each other, spill the tea that we've been spilling on other people, move past it and be better friends, which is basically like, this is the shit talking I've been doing about you, which I don't even give a damn about Lisa and her alleged horse.
Yeah,
it's such a random thing to pick.
Well,
all the shit you talked about her, Angie, that's the thing you pick.
But that's the thing is that we forget, and we wouldn't know about it if we didn't listen to 2Ts, that Angie and her daughter, or I guess there was that one thing about what's Electra's horse, breaking its leg, remember? But Angie's actually involved in like the horse world.
Yes.
And so I think that is enough for her, if it came around to Angie that Lisa bought a horse. Angie was like, really? Why is she suddenly buying a horse?
For what purpose?
Right.
You're never going to ride a horse, Lisa.
Right.
I doubt Jack or Henry are into horses, nor is your husband. So
you're for a flex, cool, whatever. Just say that though.
I think because Angie's like, horses are my thing.
And that's why I think she brought it up. But, and I think, having kind of erupted a lot of other things already, it was something new she could bring to the group and just say, yeah, I was asking around about you. So in case you hear about it, I was a little confused as to why you bought a horse, especially when people are saying you're renting the horse.
I think there's a way of like introducing some shade and some gossip that they probably hadn't heard of.
Right. And
on camera. And I think Lisa caught it. She definitely caught it. And she was annoyed about it because she's like, well, maybe I'll get another horse. Like, why are you bringing that up? It's like, I believe she doesn't have a horse.
Yeah, I would.
I want to see this horse on Instagram. I want to see this horse at the reunion.
I want to see Sutton riding this horse.
I want to see, Sutton challenge her to a horse.
A horse off?
Horse off. And then Teddy can come and be like, hold my hay, bitches.
Right. So, so I think the Angie Lisa thing went flat.
It was a dumb fight.
It wasn't even a fight.
It was like, let's just get to what we want to talk about, which is Meredith. Because even like, Whitney and...
Why didn't Brittany even bring up the stupid thing about...
Jared, who told Jared?
Yeah,
it was probably Justin.
Yeah, and the only good thing to come out of that was Mary being like, oh, it's Jared again.
Right. They're all like, not Jared again. And then, basically it was like Bronwyn and Whitney fighting over like who told Meredith what, and that hurt their friendship. And then like Bronwyn got like real sassy back at Whitney. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought you were trying to like move on. And she's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have said anything to me.
But then ultimately that skipped right past because that turned into Whitney talking to Meredith and just basically calling it like it was.
But before we get to that, the whole Heather Bronwyn thing. Why are we talking about this? Like,
well, I think Heather was trying to start something and just be, kind of fun about it and just say, look, I don't, because you asked, like, don't you find it kind of funny, like, not in like a suspicious way, but like, don't you think that that's such a stupid thing for someone to have said, like, can we laugh about it? And then clearly, no, we cannot.
Oh, who was it? Who was that on the boat?
It was on the boat.
But that was Angie.
No.
Angie said
I thought it was
that Lisa told her that her friend made out with Todd and he was farting the entire time.
Right.
So why was did Heather bring it back to Salt Lake and tell everybody in Salt Lake?
No, I think Heather just wanted to, maybe, I don't know.
Because I don't understand, like, Bronwyn was like sitting on ready to be pissed at Heather. And
maybe.
Should she be mad at Angie because she's the one who introduced the topic on camera?
I mean, I think I think Heather just wanted to bring it up and just get to talk about it. And then I think ultimately in the course of that minute, it was like, Bronwyn was like, why would you bring this back up on camera? Like now you're giving it more fuel and I don't want to be part of that. And it's just like, not funny.
And Todd's already pissed that, yes. Okay, got it.
But I'm kind of on Heather's side with that of, it's a funny topic and it's something that, you could, if you joked about it and it was like, Todd's farting all the time. He takes the flame out of the fart, I suppose, and takes the fuel out of the fire.
Not the flame out of the fart. Yeah.
So,
okay, gotcha. So then we get to basically to like Meredith and Whitney screaming, not really screaming, yelling at each other. Here's the thing. Almost everyone has said this has happened, except for your good buddy Lisa.
Right.
Everyone can't be lying, and you can't gaslight everyone.
Right.
If I was, beyond Whitney and Heather, Brittany and Mary could be like, what are you doing? We have all these witnesses. You can't cover this up. Is Mary a liar? Then call Mary a liar. She doesn't have the balls to call Mary a liar to her face. Because Mary would be like, let me tell you something, ho.
So Whitney just outright says, this is what I experienced. And, Meredith does her thing to everyone of just denying. The
gaslighting was hardcore.
And so ultimately, Whitney just calls her an alcoholic and a pill popper.
Prompts her to, I just got these tests. Like, she was ready for something.
I brought you a gift. I left this gift bag with caviar in it and then a pea cup.
Oh, like her caviar that we saw also on Mormon Wives.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm over this caviar. Like she was like waiting for someone to like bring this up so that she could go get her like urine testing, which was just dumb because as Whitney said, why are we taking the test? You should come in with some clean urine.
But that's
and prove us wrong.
Meredith ended up saying was like, if you're all going to call me, an addict or a drug user, then you should be willing to take the test as well to those who live in glass houses, basically. Like if you're gonna be worried about the cleanliness of my urine, you should prove it.
Cleanliness of my urine.
And so it got lost real fast because ultimately it did come down to the fact that Meredith is denying that any of this happened, and that Whitney, I think, got it started of saying like, you are trying to deny what we all saw happen, and you're yelling at me about it when I know what I saw.
And you're just calling me a liar, and you're having like Lisa like hop on board.
And on top of it, she's like, and this is what you do all the time.
Yes.
Like you never once ever actually take ownership for the things that you do. You just refuse to talk about them, and then you start, deflecting and bringing them, up other things that have nothing to do with the situation, like these pee tests. We're not talking about our, urine. We're talking
about your.
We're not talking about our drug use. We're talking about your issue or potential issue. I think Whitney, trying to be, bold and have a moment, could have done it better, because the minute she calls her, alcoholic, that gives the opportunity to be like, that's a serious thing to be talking about. And,
But she also comes, and then for Lisa, some issues going on in the scene, you're right. For Lisa to say you're weaponizing your experience against Meredith. No, Whitney's just saying, and she's not asking for any grace or whatever. She's just saying like, this triggers me because my father is an addict.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a sensitive topic. So for you to say that I'm lying, like she doesn't want Meredith to be an addict. I don't think she's coming from a malicious place. It's just so ridiculous when you have someone telling you what you saw, you didn't see, or what you heard, you didn't hear. And so, yes, she gossiped about it because I think the absurdity of it leads you to gossip about it. Because what else are you going to do? Like, this woman is denying it to your face. You knew it happened, and she's acting like you're crazy. So I can see where she's coming from. Also, for sure with Heather, I was annoyed on her behalf too, because in scene, Meredith said, I didn't say it that way. When 5 minutes ago, she just said it that way.
Right.
You misunderstood. No, you called me a liar. How did I misunderstand that? You straight up called me a liar.
And then the same thing, I think Heather brought up the fact that Lisa even agreed at the previous lunch.
And then took it back.
Yeah, and took it back. Oh, I didn't say that. It's like, you clearly did say that.
Yeah, you took it back because Meredith got pissed at you.
Right.
You had a conversation. It's bullshit. It's on camera. Not everything's on camera, obviously, the whole thing that happened on the plane. But your reactions afterwards,
right?
You need to keep your story straight. And you know when you can't keep your story straight? When you're lying.
And that's the problem that I have with it is I don't think that anyone truly wants. No one's taking glee in the fact that Meredith may or may not
have an issue. Yes.
There's no glee in that.
No.
I think it's just a matter of fact, though, that like I think it's well known from other seasons and from things that she said, like, I have some alcohol and from time to time I have a Valium. It's like, okay, those two things together can cause you to black out.
Not your friend.
So just go ahead and say, I had things that we already know about Meredith.
Or this could have happened. Like you said, this could have happened. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But you straight up deny it and make it seem like you all have the problem and I'm the sane one it's baffling how she could say that with a straight face.
Because again,
that's some serious lying.
Because all she had to do is like, maybe I did black out. I don't remember, but I'm sorry that it happened. And
no, she didn't black out. She slept.
Right.
And after she watched those two movies.
Right.
It was very irritating to see her do that and Lisa backing her up and for Heather to say, it's like I'm back with the Mormon church and being told my experience didn't happen. And that's bullshit. And I'm glad she called it as bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Meredith is so frustrating.
I feel like Meredith heard what they were saying and was kind of painted into a corner and decided just to keep going with it. I think that she was just like, oh, like...
Which is stupid because if you just admitted what happened or like some speck of it, then they would have some sympathy and empathy for you. But to say, not only am I innocent, but you all are guilty as hell.
Right.
And my good witness next to me, who is nobody's witness.
And really doubling down and just, it's one thing to say that didn't happen. But then when confronted, so you're calling me a liar, then to double down and be like, yeah, you must be lying because that didn't happen.
Oh, but no, wait, you misunderstood. I didn't say that.
Right.
Where I said I might have.
It was my tone.
If I snapped it, I said I might, like, it's all there.
Yeah, that's why, I cannot argue with people who are lawyers or think that they're lawyers.
It's just circles. She just talks in circles.
It's awful, especially when she didn't even know what the Bill of Rights was later. I mean, come on. So,
lawyer. Who I think is actually secretly enjoying this is Lisa because it heats off of her.
Oh.
I've completely forgotten about Lisa and her lawsuits. That seems so long ago because now the focus is purely on Meredith.
Right.
Like Meredith is like giving like first seat energy. I think it would be really funny if she was first and Lisa was second because that would kind of piss off Lisa.
I can see that too. Although maybe something happens in the back half of the season to give Lisa her share again. Well, how many more episodes do you think we have? Probably 5 more?
Probably 3 years coming out.
Yeah. Okay. 4 or 5 more at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Greece will be like 3 episodes.
Right.
And if they do their whole thing of ending in the season in Greece.
That means they'd have, usually there's about 20 episodes a season.
Plus.
Including the reunions. So that means they have until basically... for just finished episode 12.
They don't have 8 more episodes.
13, 14, 15, 16, and then the reunion, maybe. 3-part reunion.
I could see 4 more episodes. Like maybe...
Maybe 5.
No, that'd be stretching. I think like 3 in Greece, and maybe the finale is afterwards.
Maybe.
Or they don't buck the trend. I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, it was... Yes, I could see Meredith jumping up to first because everyone's focused on her.
Has she ever been in first chair?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Never.
I really liked the way this episode ended. I didn't like that they were like, okay, let's move on and let's write a little constitution together because some of that stuff was just
that was so
lip service.
So
but
I love Bronwyn, but she like broke that theme, and it's to stretch it. It just broke.
I think that's what happens when someone who is too much does too much with too much, or with too little, I guess in this case. But
it's not to like have them. That's the thing too. It's like another like dress up thing with Salt Lake. I get it. They're funny in costumes, but it was so convoluted.
Right.
For me.
I will give you money right now if you can think of what any of their taglines are this season.
I didn't know you said that to you.
You
stole my line.
You didn't. I don't think you said you'd give me money. I think you said that.
No, but I was saying I can't remember the taglines because they never show them.
Yeah, the Salt Lake had two.
That's for all of them. I don't recall seeing Potomac's very often.
That's true too.
Or even
are they trying to like distance themselves from the taglines because they're realizing they're the same ones over and over and over?
Well, here's the thing: it's not like people were like flipping the channels. Like they back in the day there'd be very long opening sequences, and now you don't see that because you want people to like get locked in. But everyone's watching this on streaming now,
right? On
Peacock. So I don't understand. Like just.
I don't know. It's one of their, I
love taglines.
I know, and that's one of the things I think people like about Housewives. So they need to definitely start using them more.
Yeah.
So
I cannot think of a single one.
I know, right? I can't even think of another one from another show that's on right now.
I know like Mary's was like Jesus-y.
It usually is.
Yeah.
Heather's is Good Time Girl again or something, or Empty Nest. Hers is about being an empty nest. It's something, now that my nest may be empty, but so.
No, I mean, yeah, OC, I can't really think of
you gotta
anything.
Figure it out.
Potomac. Stacey's is probably about Rising.
I'm sure. We're going to look this up when we're done. We might actually do that. Do the thing that we say.
Yeah.
But this episode of Salt Lake was good. I'm pissed off on behalf of the women about how Meredith does deflect, though. Because I think that's for me when they were finally getting through to Meredith on, you're calling us a liar, saying that we didn't do, and then now all you're doing is deflecting onto things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. I feel like they were finally getting somewhere, and then...
It's not just the women, it's also the audience, because you're saying like what we have seen in a scene
yes,
we didn't see.
Yeah.
There's no flashback. Like it was 5 minutes apart of you're a liar. No, I didn't say you're a liar. Like, girl,
yeah,
don't do that.
Was she blacking out then too?
I mean, pee in that cup, Meredith. Honestly.
So
what's in your system?
And that's even the dumbest thing, because no one wants a drug test. Also, I don't know that drug tests, especially over-the-counter drug tests, really are going to detect all that stuff. I mean, I think they're made for like weed and cocaine and like hard drugs. I don't think if you have, especially like if you have a Xanax prescription, is that going to show up? A Valium? I don't know, but it didn't seem to me that like that.
I think she has a lot of prescriptions.
Well, a lot of people do have a lot of prescriptions, so.
Yeah, but I think.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they might be getting mixed in ways they should not.
Yes.
Before one gets on a plane.
Sometimes that's why you take them, though. It's Valium for flying. I was Valium once for flying.
This is like the Meredith Marks special.
Right. Allegedly. So, okay. Well, good episode.
Yeah, good. I mean, it could have been better, but it was fine.
But I mean, we're looking
forward to Greece.
Geared up for Greece. I don't know. Why is Angie taking us to Greece, though? I don't understand.
She has this newfound interest in Greece. I think like she just did like a 23andMe.
Oh, got it.
And it's like, oh, I think I'm Greek. I'm Greece. I am Greece.
You're so in Greece. That's Spanish. I don't know. I don't know any
word.
Greek. So, all right. Well, cool. I guess we'll have to talk about all this next time.
Until next time.